Let me just move this out of the way one second. It's nice to see you. Okay, hello, hi. It's good to see everyone. Welcome to the show. I hope we're going to have a good time tonight. I feel like we will. I hope you do too. On that bright note, I'm very excited to introduce our first actor tonight. It's an improv game. It's called Quirks. And for this game, we will need Fred, Charlotte, Iestyn, and Jon, please. Okay, so here's how the game works. Fred is hosting a party. The other three are guests at his party, okay? But they all have a weird quirk, a weird characteristic that we will assign to them, okay? And Fred's goal in this game is to, during the party, is to guess what their weird quirks are, okay? So Fred, we're going to assign these people their characteristics. You can't be here for that. So Fred, it's time to go! Now that Fred's not here, he's a bit of a dick. I'm joking. Can we get a quirk for Iestyn, please? Just a weird characteristic, a weird personality trait, anything. Any suggestions? Shout them out. Shout them out.
He's having an identity crisis. He doesn't really know if he's human or if he's cheese.
Okay.
Has to speak in riddles.
Has to speak in riddles. That's fun. You're fun. Iestyn, you have to speak in riddles. Okay. Can we get a quirk for Charlotte, please?
Yeah, I really hate Fred.
Hates Fred. Okay. Any others? Any other suggestions? Shout them out. Someone. One. For me.
She's Fred's private investigator.
Yes. You are Fred's... As in, she's investigating Fred?
She's investigating Fred.
Yeah, okay. You are private investigator investigating Fred. Okay. And another quirk for Jon? Yeah, you know.
Don't know how to tie shoelaces that keeps falling over the shoelaces.
Alright. Yeah? Any others? I don't care. We're going with it, okay? You don't... What was it? You don't tie shoelaces?
Yeah, they don't know how to tie it, but they're just undone and it keeps falling over.
Lovely, okay? You don't tie shoelaces, you keep falling over. Okay? So before we bring Fred back in, let's remind ourselves of the quirks. Iestyn, what's yours?
I speak in riddles.
Charlotte?
I'm a private investigator investigating Fred.
And Jon?
I don't know how to tie my shoelaces, which I keep falling over.
Fantastic. Okay, all that's left to do is bring Fred back in. The way we do this is I say 3, 2, 1, and then you guys say, Fred, come back in. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Fred, come back in!
That was beautiful.
Which way are we
You get that way.
They were in my house!
Enjoy your party, man.
I will enjoy my party, thank you. Okay, can't wait to have this housewarming party. The roof should be here next week, and the walls are still cardboard. But academia pays. Right, so I just sort of need to get... You're going to bust the wall in, it's cardboard, right? Yes, hello.
Hello.
You're a paedophile.
Do I like children? Do I not? In what way do I like them?
You sure you're not a paedophile?
Maybe, maybe not. Who's to tell but the genies?
Right, okay. Do you want anything to eat?
My stomach says no, but my brain says yes. Who is right? Who is wrong?
Painfully indecisive.
I am not indecisive. I am not indecisive. I am not either nor both at the same time. What am I?
I'm this close to like setting fire to you. This close. Sorry, excuse me. I might just get rid of the dogs. Yes, come in. Hi. You got notes?
Oh, just keeping an eye on things.
On what?
How are you?
Me?
Yes.
Yeah. Cold. Rue should be here soon.
Where were you, just out of interest, on Friday the 2nd of June?
Which year?
This year.
Oh.
What is a year but a concept? Made up by unknown forces like the government.
Are you an academic too? Philosophy, I guess?
I hit a chair.
Can you
Or
not,
is it a
can you
chair?
stop dismantling my very cheap house? Thank you.
Sorry.
Right, I'm so sorry. It's getting awfully crowded.
Sorry.
You dropped things.
Sorry.
You come here to flaunt your possessions, but I don't have a roof.
Sorry.
Right, you alright?
My apologies. Yes, I'm fine. Fifth time today.
Fifth. What, falling over?
Yeah.
Are you 80?
Yeah.
What is age but a number devised by
Are you like the bridge troll or something?
not a troll, not a man, but not a cabbage either. What am I?
The Riddler of some description. There's no door, you can just go. Yeah, bye. Right.
Oh, that looks nice.
Fallen through the wall.
Oh shit. Sorry.
You're sitting in the bathroom.
Oh gosh.
What are you doing? I only let 3 people do that, touch me. 1 is me. 2, Dad. Come home. 3, other Dad.
Good to know, thank you.
Why you're spying on me? You're a private investigator.
My dad never taught me
To what?
I don't want to talk about
You
it.
can't walk.
Oh, no, I can.
You can't stand.
Oh, I can. How else would I fall over all the time?
You can't stay upright.
Well, not without the knowledge. But I never got it.
You don't know how to stay standing. You don't know how to stand on the spot.
Oh, no, standing on the spot's fine. It's just...
You are doing it now, to be fair.
Yeah. Thanks. It's just as soon as I try to...
You don't know how to move.
I do.
Like this.
Oh, it's just whenever I do, they always get me.
They. You're a paedophile.
Well, no, I've got too much childhood trauma. Well, some pedophiles do have childhood trauma. That's a moot point.
Okay. They.
Yeah, those 4 bastards down there.
4.
The 4 of them flapping around, getting me in trouble.
You're not a paedophile.
We'll talk about, the things I'm sexually attracted to later.
Good!
It's a party after all.
You're missing toes.
Oh,
You have 4 toes.
No, all 10 of them, baby.
You're 4 something. 4 feet.
No, they just,
4 brain cells.
Some people say I do. It's just I never learned. How do you do it? How do you fucking do it? How?
Well, when a man and a woman love each other very much.
No, that just reminds me of my parents. Again.
Okay.
I just remember when I was 5, and they just never sat me down and told me left over, right and under, or something
You
like
guys
that.
tie your laces.
That was Pi Quirks, everyone. That was Pi Quirks. I am now excited to introduce our first stand-up actor tonight. He is a legend in the game. He's known for always wearing a hat which is appropriate because you're all going to take your hats off for him. It is Tristan Selwyn!
Hello. All right, let's start with a little poll. Right, put your hand up if you know what sex is. That's most of you. That's actually most of you. So well done. That is actually statistically likely to be helpful knowledge for a lot of you. Not quite all of you, but I know what sex is as well. But it's not going to be helpful knowledge for me because I am asexual. Thank you. This means that I'm not supposed to know what sex is. I only found out by using my ninja skills to acquire the secret knowledge, or to put it another way, I found out in a Year 5 sex ed class and proceeded to have a big freak out about something that everyone else in the room already knew about somehow. But in any case, being asexual, very fun because I get my own flag. This is it. Oh yes. Black, grey, white and purple. The designer was already 75% of the way through when the call came in from Science HQ that colours had been invented. But in any case, that's not actually what asexuality is. I do know what sex is. It means I'm not sexually attracted to people, alright? So I'll put it this way. Non-asexuals will look at a person and be like, you look at people the way that I look at pizzas. But when I was a teenager, I didn't realise that other people were experiencing sexual attraction. So I thought that was all in the future, down the line. I thought, yes, that'll be nice, you know, in my personal future. I'll be having sex, we'll all be having sex together in our 20s. Yeah, that'll be nice. Can't wait to want to do that. But other people, they didn't just want to do it, they were actually doing it. I mean, potentially. I wasn't actually there. But yes. I remember I would be in the changing rooms and people would come up to me and they'd be like, "Are you gay?" Because that's what teenagers are like. And my genuine response to that was, "I don't know yet. Do you know?" They didn't like that. But I thought it was all coming, in more ways than one. And I remember when I found out about puberty, they told me, "Your body's going to change." And I thought, "Oh no!" But other people, they thought, "Yes, this is going to be useful." My dad is always trying to have the talk with me, because he wants grandchildren, you see. Yeah, this isn't working out well for him though, because I'm asexual and my sister's a lesbian. It's basically not going to happen. But I have a lot of opinions about sex, actually, for someone who's not going to have any of it, right? I'm a bit like one of those people who judges movies that they haven't seen. You know, there'll be a new Pixar film out and they'll be all grouchy, this looks silly, frivolous, you're all losing your minds over nothing, and everyone else is crying and bawling, and it's very important to them, it's broken their hearts. That's what I like about sex, right? Because I get that sex is fun. I too like fun things. Like eating cake, that's fun, or listening to a banging piece of music, yes? But sex wanters do not shut up about it, right? I don't go around seeing a cake and being like, "God, I'd eat that cake so hard." I'm not out writing songs or sitcoms where the entire plot is, "But I love my cake so much, my cake is better than yours," or "I really fucking want to eat cake right now," or "I was eating this amazing cake, but it betrayed me and now it's being eaten by someone else." But you don't just want sex, you want commitment, you want all of that stuff. That's what you want in your future. But it doesn't start like that. It starts with a lot of stressing out, a lot of not communicating your feelings, you know. Every day, millions of people procrastinate on asking their crush out and then don't do it. It could happen to you. But after weeks or months or years of milling and waiting to send that text message and then pretending you haven't seen the reply even though it's in your notifications bar, it's time to get married. Now, the thing that strikes me about marriage is that the odds are, right, the person you really like looking at and the person you're going to be able to sustain conversations with for 50 years may not be the same person. You thought about that? What are you going to talk about? Are you going to talk about how beautiful you still find each other? Oh, you're so gorgeous. How can you be so beautiful? Well, thank you, that's very nice, but you say this to me every day. Yes, but your hair is so lovely. What is it? We've been through this, Pantene. But another thing I've noticed about sex is that people want to be good at it, you know? Being better than other people at the sex is very much a thing. It takes 10,000 hours to master a skill, which means that if all you did every day, constantly, was have sex, no breaks, no sleep, no rest, just sex, it would take you over a year to become good at it. If it was your full-time job, 40 hours a week, it would take you 5 years to become good at sex. My pastime of choice, on the other hand, which is sitting and watching telly, doesn't take much in the way of proficiency. There's a good chance that some of you in this room will never acquire your 10,000 hours of sex, which means that you will remain mediocre at best at your favourite thing. I, on the other hand, have already mastered the art of sitting around doing nothing very much in particular. But eventually, 20 years down the line, whatever, you might well have clocked up your 10,000 hours. There's probably an app that you can track it on. So then, what will you have? You will have acquired a totally useless skill whose only purposes are such trivial matters as having a nice time and making sure the human race doesn't die out. Whoop-de-doo. I, on the other hand, will have finally achieved my life dream of creating a new industry for asexual cake lovers such as myself in the market for some steamy content. You know, cakes in compromising positions, cakes with other cakes' frostings on their lips, cakes that are half chocolate and half Victoria sponge because they are the secret and illicit love child of an affair between two different kinds of cakes. Cakes being eaten out from within. As I shall call this industry, corn. But the thing that strikes me at the end of it all is that sex, it seems exhausting and actually kind of boring. Like, where's the intellectual stimulation? Okay, I like eating cake as much as the next person, but if all I was doing was eating cake all day, I'd definitely get bored. And it's all physical exercise, right? I've been to the gym once and that was pretty boring, and at least there's some variety. I think you're going to get tired very quickly. I know I am already. So, and I'll tell you what's more. You do this in the very same room that you already spend 8 hours every night. You don't even get a change of scenery. So in conclusion, it makes me see the appeal of dogging. Thank you.
We now have another stand-up act for you. This man is a man of many, many talents. He's my man crush Wednesday. He's my man crush every day. It's the legendary Frederick Bloy. Sorry. One second. Frederick Bloy, everyone. Frederick Bloy.
God. Myself. this. Yesterday. Before I start, I've been asked to, by HQ, to ask if there are any Michaels in the audience. Any Michael? Just put your hand up if you're a Michael. No, that's fine. Sorry. No Michaels. No Michaels. Thus concludes the mic check. I'm Frederick Bloy. I'm a comedian, I do the funny, but I'm a maverick. I'm like the bus timetable. I'm unreliable, and I either come too early or too late. We're going to experiment with kinds of comedy. We're going to find out what works, what doesn't. It's going to be playful, it's going to be a bit weird. First things first. You! Miss, hello, I'm waving at you. We've locked eyes. No, I know you. We can't all be the main character. You! I'm not going to kick that. Hello. What's your name? Emily. Pleasure. Now, if you look to your right, there should be a small piece of paper. Yeah. So I'm going to ask you to open it and say it out very loud. But I'm going to build suspense as you do it, okay? You choose whenever you want to say it, okay? Just when you think suspense is built, you say it, alright? Okay. Shock! Surprise! Right. Sometimes being surprising is funny. Saying something transgressive is funny. For example, pistachios, right? Have you noticed how when you take the shell off and eat the nut inside, it's exactly like paring open the skull of a baby and taking out the brain?
How do you know that?
The difference is, the only difference is, I'm not allergic to babies, okay? Incest. I think we misunderstood each other. Not incense. Incest. They're similar, incense and incest. They're both cornerstones of the Roman Catholic Church. And they both smell nice. Incest. Now. I like my sister. I like her. Incest. It's happening right now. Every time I click my fingers, it's occurring somewhere. And if I play my cards right, it will be occurring later too, alright? Yes! I'm Frederick Bloy. When I see a pretty girl, I'm Frederick Coy. Another kind of comedy you can experiment with is storytelling. I find a formula that works is if you take a popular historical event and combine it with a popular fictional fable, right? This often gets a laugh. So I've written one. I'm going to read it to you now, and hopefully you like it, okay? There once was an Italian lad called Pinocchio. There was absolutely nothing special about him. As Italian boys go, he was ludicrously dull and average. He liked pasta and pizza and fantasized about what any young Italian lad might fantasize about. A successful invasion of Greece. One morning, he woke up. It was an ugly day in the bays of Sicily, 1943. He ran downstairs to his father through IVF, Geppetto, gelato. Anyway, he informed the boy of the news. Italy had switched sides. Oh! How Pinocchio was distraught, how he wept and grumbled and moped. All he wanted was a full-on Italio-fascismo domination of Europe. Was that so much for a boy to ask for? So he asked his father, through IVF, Japetus, please, I do not want to be a real boy in a world plagued by the coward tactics of my country. Please, make me a puppet. Geppetto looked at him and said, oh, Pinocchio, I can't do that. Because you love me. No, it's literally impossible. So Pinocchio sulked off to his room and destroyed all of his children editions of Mein Kampf and other fascist picture books. That night, he struggled to sleep, mainly because the thought of rolling over reminded him of switching sides. In the morning, he awoke to find Patrick standing over him, giggling. My boy, I thought about it. Italy has lost its place in my heart. I have nothing now, apart from you, so I fulfilled your request. You are a puppet. What did you do? I got you a new passport. You're now a Hong Kong citizen. You'll truly never speak for yourself again. And they cried tears of joy at the end. I'm Frederick Bloy. When I go out for a night on the town, I'm Frederick Corduroy. Yeah, right. So, another kind of comedy you can experiment with is musical comedy. That's why I have the guitar, and that's why I'm not going to sing a song. Because musical comedy, 9 times out of 10, is piss, right? It's, you know, it reminds me of musical comedy, like when I go to a gig and I see a comedian with an instrument and I, bottom of the barrel expectations. It reminds me of when you go to a barber's and there's a free chair and a free barber, but there's someone there ahead of you, and even though they're ahead of you and they're next in the queue and there's a free chair and a free barber, they turn to you and go, you can have this one, mate. Why? What's wrong with the barber? It's not past the parcel, you can't give me your indecence, I'm not Rwanda. I now feel like I'm going to leave the barbers with a haircut that Chris Rock would defend at the Oscars. Chris Rock? Will Smith? I'm in the know. Right. Yes, ultimately I'm mistaken. It's like I'm Gary Glitter, in that I have all the tools I need to be good at music, but I'm a paedophile. Yes, I feel that misleading people, leading people on, is itself a toxic trait. I think we all have a friend in our friend group that can sing, but whenever it gets to a social situation where you might ask them to sing, their reaction is always, guys, stop. It's so embarrassing, I can't sing, I'm going to embarrass myself. Why? You're not going to embarrass yourself, we know you can sing. What are you going to do, tell us who's in Paris? Huh? What are you going to sing? Right? You saying you can't sing and we know you can sing is equivalent to Barack Obama saying he's going to control gun violence, right? All the while, he's bombing in the Middle East harder than a female comedian touring there would, right? Another toxic trait I have is I like to imagine how different musical fan bases have sex. For example, any Earth, Wind and Fire fans? Anyone? Anyone? No? Okay, yes, semi over there. We'll check later. Earth, Wind and Fire fans, you don't have sex anymore. You had it once. And you'd love to tell us when. Coldplay, are any Coldplay fans? You guys used to have really good sex. And then, no matter how many machines you add to it, it just keeps getting worse. Also, you're into piss play. Why else would it be yellow? Michael Jackson fans? I've seen Neverland. Disgusting. Another toxic trait I have is that of intrusive thoughts. I think we all have this. I think an example everyone has is when you're walking along a train station and you see someone really close to the tracks and you think, I'm going to push them in! I'm going to push them in! I'm going to push them into the track! I think we all have that. I was at a wake recently. And the bereaved, the people organising it, said, we're going to make all the food vegetarian because it's what Jim would have wanted. And my first honest thought was, why? What, was Jim afraid you were going to recycle him? I know he can't be in the sandwiches. You cremated him. It's impossible. Question. So you know how you can get fake boobs, right? When someone with fake boobs gets cremated, is it them or the eyes that pop first? Think about it. I will. Tupac fans? Any classic hip-hop fans? No? Well, it's weird, because the way Tupac fans have sex is, it always seems to end with 4 shots. Weird. John Lennon fans? Really illustrious solo... Oh my god. Stop hitting her! Stop hitting her! At least it ends with a bang. Stevie Wonder fans? Semi. It's like playing Marco Polo. It's like milking a cow in the dark. It's horrible. One thing, no matter what you do with comedy, one thing that's important always is the ending. You always have to wrap up your jokes in nice little ribbons, like haggis or a mass grave. I'm rubbish at endings. I can never finish the last biscuit in a sort of, what are they, like sort of biscuit sleeves. I can never finish my plate. Can never seem to mop up that last bit of urine on the toilet seat. Gets everywhere. I'm like a sprinkler having a stroke. It's just messy. But one thing you must always ensure when you're doing comedy, one thing you must always ensure is that your endings, every single time, leave it with a laugh. I've been Frederick Bloy. Thank you very much.
Frederick Bloy, everyone, Frederick Bloy. We have now come to our final act of the first half as I move this mic stand. Okay, final act of the first half. It's an improv game, it's called Timelord. It includes all of our lovely improvers, and the way it works is that I'm going to ask you guys for a word that will prompt the start of the scene that our improvers act out, and then me, Prem, I have the power to dictate the time at which the scene occurs using time-based phrases such as flashback to this moment or flash forward to that moment. So yeah, it's a normal improv scene, but I control when the scenes occur in time. Okay, so can we please get a word, a prompt, anything to set our improvers off on their merry way, please?
Violence.
Say that again.
Crab.
Crab? What'd you say?
Violence.
Violence. Okay.
Tetris.
Tetris.
Zoo.
Zoo.
Caps.
Say that again.
Caps.
Capsule. That's a fun one. We'll go with capsule. Capsule. This is Timelord. Capsule. Take it away. Take it away.
What the fuck just... One sec. Oh god. One sec, lads. Oh, cheers. Oh, you're a dick. Oh well. Hang on. What the hell was that? I don't know. Right. Well, it looks like we have travelled back in time. That's convenient. That's really convenient. That's on brand. I can change things. I can kill baby Hitler. You stop going on about that. Listen. It's not a bad thing. No, it's not a bad thing, but here's the thing. I don't know how you keep going on about it. We travelled from the 1500s. How do you know about baby Hitler yet? I read it in a book.
Flashback to them entering the capsule in the 1500s.
Right, so the boys down at 1500 HQ invented these here capsules. It's far too advanced for us, but we're going to give it a while. Exactly what I just said. So, if you step in...
Well, that's a really good...
Step in!
I think we should. He's getting quite cross. We know what happens when he gets cross. We get sent to the future.
I kill children. Right. So...
I don't think the right way. No, I think you'll go into the future.
Turn around.
Oh, yeah, that's a point.
Turn around. You want the people of the future to see how ugly and beautiful we used to be.
Yes.
Did we though? Right, so what you're going to do is you're going to go quiet.
Okay.
and I'm going to close each door.
Okay.
Like so. Like so.
Actually, one just
Like
forget.
so. No, shush, 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 shut up, shut up, shut up. Okay, and what I'm going to do is at this point, I don't know. So I'm going to leave and wish you the best of luck.
Back to the present.
Bye.
Oh, that fucking bastard! Right. Where are we now? It looks like.
Hello! You're on my farm.
Hi. What's your name?
Leonard.
Leonard. Pleasure to meet you,
Yes.
Leonard.
Nice to meet you too.
Mine is Bumfluff.
Bum? That's a very unusual and
This
exotic
is
sounding name.
yeah. This is Crack House, and this is Tramp Stamp.
Oh,
They're code names.
what does that mean then?
We were given to them at birth.
That's what a
Yeah.
normal name is, isn't it?
Yeah, but we call them code names.
I
They
got
just
given
feel
my
better.
name
Yeah.
at birth too, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a funny accent.
Well, what year is it?
Yes.
It's 1500.
Hang on a minute. What month in 1500?
January the 1st.
We're back 2 weeks! Oh! Fuck! Oh, yeah. Fucking. I haven't handed my dissertation in yet now! Oh, balls. I mean, we could go and see that same doctor. What was the name of the doctor? Oh, Dr. Timey-Wimey Nonsense. Timey-Wimey Nonsense, that's the guy.
Flash forward to them seeing the doctor.
Not that doctor.
Dr. Timey-Wimey Nonsense. Get back here, you back!
You said not me. Yes.
No, it is you.
Yeah, sorry.
How are we?
How?
How's the time
I've
machine?
seen you guys. The what?
The time machine.
What did you just say?
I said time machine.
Shit. How do you know about that?
Because you put us in it.
You will put us in it.
What do you mean I will?
Oh, we're in the past.
Yes!
What?
Shit, my boots.
Right. Oh!
I got terribly nervous. Okay. Right. Listen. Okay. Here's the deal. We've basically come back in time, right? Right. And you sent us back 2 weeks. And I think we've caught ourselves in a bit of a paradox, so we have to give you the time machine and then it loops around again. You know what I mean? Oh, can we go back to when I didn't shit my pants? No, because I haven't built it yet. Oh. Right, who's got the plan?
Flash forward to the second attempt of them using the time capsule.
Right, okay, you clean your shoes. No.
Still in my trousers.
Right.
It's been 2 weeks.
It is the 1500, so it's the best you can hope for.
Yeah, I guess.
Right, you know how to do it. Turn around.
Hang on, maybe if we turn around, it'll actually work this time.
What is it? Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh, great!
Let's try that. See, I might have been right in the first place.
That's happened once.
Right,
Lock
okay.
us in, sir.
Alright. Okay, well, at this point then I probably don't tell you, well I do tell you guys, you can't do anything, I've locked you in. I'm not qualified. I'm not actually a doctor. I just helped a guy with a splinter once.
Oh, shit.
This, I stumbled upon this. I think these could just be big pipes.
Well, who originally invented it then?
The pipe man, I don't know. So here's what's going to happen. I'm presuming I did this the other time as well, but I'm going to tell you all to shut up, and then I'm going to walk away and get on with my actual job, which is, begging.
Flash forward to the time capsule arriving in 2022.
This doesn't look like
Shit.
that.
My legs have turned to poop.
Oh no, side effects.
It moulded with the shit in my pants.
Hello!
Oh look, locals!
Yes!
And they're 500 years old.
Yes! Oh, it's you! The people from 522 years ago! My goodness.
Dad, what are you talking about?
Well, 522 years ago, I was running this there farm, you see, and I met these people, and here they are again. Isn't that funny?
Grandad, I think we need to get you home.
No, I'm sure of it. You remember me, the farmer.
Sorry about him, he's gone.
It wasn't us. I didn't have shit for legs at the time.
Yeah, couldn't possibly be the same bloke.
That's
Which,
true.
on topic, any way you can fix it. Because there's not a lot of structural integrity to shit for legs. If he can't help, can you perhaps?
Shit for legs?
Yeah.
What the
That's not even a code name. No.
Hospital, do you think?
We could always just add more shit to the legs. Make them sturdier that way.
I'll be honest, I wouldn't be that up for that, to be honest, because we're the ones who have to stand next to him. I don't mind people shitting on me.
Concrete, plastic,
You're right.
steel.
Yes. What are any of those things?
You know, concrete, plastic, steel.
No, we're from the 1500s.
From the 1500s.
I was born in the 1400s.
Oh, you're 100 years old when we met you?
Yes.
We could bake his legs in a kiln and hope they harden that way.
This is a really good idea. Right.
Shall we go to the kiln?
Flash forward to the kiln.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. Get in the kiln.
I'm really not helping very much.
No.
Right. I'm in the kiln.
He's in the kiln.
Set the fire alight! Really hot, really hot, really hot!
We have now come to our 15-minute interval. Before we do though, the start of the next half, we're going to play an improv game called Whose Line. And how it works is that our two improvers will be pulling out pieces of paper with phrases and prompts that you guys have written on. You can write anything you want, okay? So there's papers and pens at the front. During the interval, I encourage everyone to come up, write whatever you want, fold it up, put it in the cup. So yeah, and we'll do that game. But interval starts now, go get drinks, go to the toilet, and we'll see you back for the second half. Thank you so much.
To the stage, your compere for the second half, Mr. Prem Khattar.
I'm not going to talk too much, we're going straight into it. First, I hope you guys had a good break. I missed you. Okay, I missed all of you. Glad you're back. We're going to start with an improv game that I teased you with at the start of the interview, which is Whose Line. This game requires Tristan and Charlotte. Please, round of applause for them. Yeah, so how this game works is that they're going to carry out a scene, and during the scenes they're going to pull out pieces of paper with prompts and phrases that you guys have written, and they're going to incorporate them into the scene in the form of dialogue. It's very exciting because your thing might get said. Ooh. Can we get a relationship for our two improvers to have in the scene, please? So, you know, mother-son, for example.
Executioner of prisoners.
So, Executioner of prisoner, okay. You know, I remember you from you're a real weird guy. I do remember you. You're memorable. Compliment, I guess. Any other suggestions? Doctor Impatient, okay. You need to run off on him, okay? Any more?
The sequel, stray chips.
It's too weird. Any others?
Incestuous siblings?
I wonder what you were doing in the interval. I wonder. Okay. We'll go for Doctor Impatient. We're going to go for Doctor Impatient. This is Whose Line. Take it away.
Oh, me, oh my. Oh.
What seems to be the matter?
Where's my hand? Let's see which hole hurts the most. Because it's covered in holes. Look! Poke! Poke!
This is the best game ever!
No, I want it healed, please.
Oh, fine. Okay, so the best cure for this many holes in one hand is the Iron Man dies at the end. But you're not Iron Man, so that's probably not going to happen.
I don't feel so good.
Don't panic, it's fine. Look, I'm just going to get some medicine, I think.
Medicine? What kind of medicine?
The kind of medicine I need for this particular situation is an American so fat he can't fit through the door. But...
What is he going to be able to do for my holes?
It's
He's
quite
not going to be able to
complicated.
fit through them either, is he?
He's not, no. The best he can do is sit on it.
Sit on it?
Yes, but to be honest, in this, I'm not sure that's going to work. We also have, I mean, we just redid this door. And
Yes.
I don't, if you can't fit through it, I don't want it breaking again.
Well, it's going to have to break, or you'll have to alternatively find, make sure the taxi driver gets home safely. Okay? Because, you know, if he can't get through the door, he's not going to be able to fit in the taxi, and it's, you know, it's going to be a whole thing.
It's
a whole thing.
Okay, alright, just, look, it's been a long time since med school, so I've just got to really...
It's been a long time.
Yes.
Are you not confident in your doctoral skills?
Look, I'm totally confident, but most people come in with just like a sniffle or something, and I tell them to take a paracetamol and come back in 2 weeks, and...
Well, I do have a sniffle also, but
you shouldn't mention that!
Well, I'm more worried about the holes. Which one's more lethal, the sniffles or the holes? This is a difficult question.
Yes, it is.
Oh.
Let me just consult my book. See, this says, Mr. Shit for Legs. Do you also have shit for legs?
Oh, well, I healed from that, actually.
Okay, that's good, because
Yeah.
if you did have shit for legs, that sniffle would be what would end you.
Well, there's always the threat of diarrhea. It can always happen.
It can, but don't worry, I've got I know what to do with that.
Do
I
you?
have diarrhea all the time, so I'm fine with that one.
Well, last time I had diarrhea was because I ate. The police are coming!
What?
The police are coming!
Why?
Well, it might be because I used my holy hand to smuggle lots of drugs, actually.
Shit, do you have the drugs? No.
They're in my hand.
Oh, well, then that changes things.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm definitely going to help you now.
Oh.
Right. What we need are 3 things, okay? Hats, poo, and cats. Right? You've got one of those things.
I do.
I'm sure we can rustle up the second thing. Do we have any cats?
Yes!
Yes?
Yes. I've actually got holy foot as well, right? There's a cat in it!
This is fantastic.
There it is.
Right, so what we need to do is take this cat, right, and kill it.
What? No!
No?
Well, it's dead now. It's too late, isn't it?
Well, unless you're a vet.
I'm not a vet, but I do have a degree in illegal lockdown parties.
That was Whose Line. We now have our first stand-up act of the second half. He is hilarious, and if you don't think so, he does martial arts, so he'll kick your ass. So laugh anyways, okay? It is the marvelous Coltrane Rogers, everyone.
Hello. I'm going to be honest, alright, and get straight to the point. I used to have a foot fetish. But only for this one girl, and she was about 10 or 11. Sure, it sounds illegal, okay? I don't have royal blood, and I was kind of picky about age, but I was 9 at the time. And back then, I didn't even know what a foot fetish was, okay? I only realised I had one when I think about it back then. Because this all started with a girl, and she had the lead role in a play, okay? And she'd wear these blue Crocs. And I can't tell you how many hours I've spent just imagining myself as those Crocs. But Crocs are bad, okay? And the reason why is because they have holes in, right? And that meant I saw skin. But that fucked with my mind because I was only getting little bits of foot at a time. And I was an addict, okay? So I needed my next hit, and I needed my next hit to be bigger. Okay, I was only getting top of the foot, side of the foot, and if I'm honest, all I wanted was some goddamn toes, okay? And I was a damn bad kid. Once I had the privilege of spending break time when the foot girl was on playground duty, okay? She was assistant teacher. And back then, it was all about speed, right? Whoever could go the fastest, they got girls. But I can tell you for a fact, it is not like that anymore, okay? Now, I don't even tell girls I'm fast. Just spend one night together and they're telling me, okay? But what I do with the foot girl is I'd run, okay? Real powerful sprints right in front of her, just so I know she'd see me. But when I ran, I used to make a little noise, like a little... And And sometimes I'd even circle her, okay, like the shark from Jaws. I'd run around and I'd come with my own soundtrack, like a little... But it didn't work because all of her attention went to some dickhead who fell over and cut his knee, okay? And I saw all the attention she was giving to him, and that hurt me, okay? And this is where it gets kind of sadistic. I saw what it takes to get that attention. So when she wasn't looking, what I'd do was, I'd put up my trouser leg, and I'd just start rubbing my knee into the concrete. Like, I wasn't even smart enough to fake an injury, I was just grinding my knee into the floor. I was hurting myself for female attention, even back then. And to do that now, I just use Tinder. Because if you're a dude on Tinder, it ain't easy, okay? And the reason why is because they don't really know what you look like on the other side of the screen, okay? And it takes one question to ruin me. How tall are you? Because I know they want someone in the 6s, and as you can tell, I can't provide that. But they might think, oh well, he'll earn a lot of money when he's older. No, I studied creative writing and theatre, okay? One time, a girl in the club came up to me, she asked what I studied. I told her, she laughed, and that was it, okay? She just walked away. Another time, I was waiting outside the club for a taxi with my friends, okay? And this woman, she's like 4 years old, she's got no shoes on, no socks. She walks down the street and she stops, she starts talking to us. She asks us what we're studying. The first guy, medicine. The second, maths. Third is law. And then she looks at me, okay, expecting something of equal caliber. I look to my friends thinking, where the fuck is the taxi? And then I tell her I study creative writing. Instantly, she says, you're not getting a job. And I thought, Jesus Christ, she said that so fast, it was like a reflex. And now, I don't even tell people I study creative writing and theatre. I don't even tell people I study theatre, okay? Because even my mum, my own mother, she's embarrassed to tell people what I study. When someone asks her, oh, what's your son studying in university? She just goes, son? What son? So yeah, there's no attention there. And as a kid, I was desperate for attention. What I'm about to tell you now is one of the worst things I've ever done for attention. Like, Jesus Christ, I think about this now, and it sickens me, And I was in primary school at the time, I was about 8 years old, okay? And I asked to use the toilet, I went inside the cubicles and I saw a little something in the bowl, a little floater. I should flush that. And that was the last reasonable thought I had that day. I let the intrusive thoughts win. Instead, I thought, you know what? Wouldn't it be interesting if it happened to just not be in the bowl? So yeah, a darkness overcame me. Next thing I knew, I was giggling to myself, wrapping toilet paper around my fingers, and yeah. I fished the shit out of the toilet. It wasn't even mine, but it's on the floor now. Just one look, one scoop, one drop, and that was done. I walked off, I went back to my class, sat down with my friends, as if nothing weird just happened, as if I didn't just manhandle another person's property. But I said to them, I said, you will not believe what is on the bathroom floor. You will not believe what I just saw in there. And they were like, oh my God, what is it, what is it? And I told them, I looked every single one of them dead in the eye, I locked contact and said, someone done it on the floor. And one by one they went out to check, they came back and was like, oh my God, there's poo on the floor. And I was just like, yeah, I wonder how it got there. And you're going to think this is a recurring theme, okay? Or you're just going to think I'm fucking weird. Like, forget the foot fetish. After you hear this, you're going to think I have a fetish for someone a bit worse. Now this story also involves a toilet. I was still in primary school, 8 years old, and the social expectations of what goes in the bowl, stays in the bowl, hadn't quite kicked in yet. So I had a friend over. I was in my house, had the whole place to myself. So my dad was out in the garden with his mates, my mum was at work. My friend asked to use the toilet, and I'm like, sure, okay, go ahead. A few minutes pass, and he calls me from the bathroom. He wants me to go up. At the time I didn't clock that it was kind of weird that he probably just did something up there and now he wanted me to go up and share the moment with him. So I went up and I could tell something was wrong the second I walked into the bathroom, okay? Because it smelled like shit, okay? There's no other way to describe what it smelled. And I saw in the bowl, he left me a nasty little present, okay? Like, it was messed up. We were both 8 at the time, and an 8-year-old's body, it isn't that big. But if I showed you what was in that bowl, with no surrounding context, you would have thought that was the proud work of a bodybuilder in bulking season. So my friend single-handedly cut my toilet's lifespan in half, and yeah. But it was starting to overwhelm me, okay? It was starting to overwhelm me. Alright. I'm gonna flush it. And that was the last reasonable thought I had that day. Instead, I thought, you know what, let's treasure it. So I came up with a plan. I told him we were both on board. I went downstairs, ran into the garden to fetch some sticks. I was giggling, went past my dad, and he stops me and goes, "What are you up to?" And I look at him and I say, "You'll see." Now that would have been playful and innocent at the time, but knowing what I did next, that was a threat, okay? That was a threat and it was nothing else. So I went back upstairs and I unraveled us each 3 connected squares of toilet paper, okay? These were going to be, let's say, the canvas. And the sticks, well, every artist needs a paintbrush, even if they're not working with paints. So a few minutes pass and my once white toilet paper is now pasted brown. And my stick, well, let's just say it keeps the joke, what's brown and sticky, to a whole different meaning. So I went downstairs to show my dad and his friends. He wasn't impressed. When I told him what was on the toilet paper, he just said, no, you're joking. And I just said, smell it. I got the ass whooping of a lifetime that night. Beat the foot fetish right out of me. And I got disciplined so hard, I never thought twice about flushing ever again.
That was it. That was Coltrane Rogers, everyone. That was Coltrane Rogers. Okay, little break real quick. I've got more of your Who's Line prompts. I thought it'd be fun to read them, you know? Didn't want anyone to feel left out. Sexually attracted to tables and chairs. Okay, that one was quite bad. I'm not going to continue. But we have another stand-up act for you. She needs no introduction, but I'm going to give one anyways, because she is always amazing, is always funny. The queen of comedy, Charlotte John, everyone!
Hello, thank you. Happy Pride Month, everyone! Woo! Do I have any fellow LGBTQ plus people in the room tonight? Yes, some of you, woo! Happy Pride Month to you specifically. But can I be honest with you? I'm getting a little tired of Pride Month now. Every time I blink, all I see is rainbows. And don't get me wrong, you know, I'm proud to be myself. Well, I'm proud to be gay. The rest of me, that's a whole other conversation for me and my therapist to have. But, you know, it's important that we fight for equality for all, yeah? And, you know, if anyone tried to take away the progress we've made so far, I'd be right there fighting for our rights. I'd be right there with an angry tweet. Yeah, I'd be there with a placard. Yeah. If I haven't taken out the recycling yet and I've got some cardboard lying around, I'd make a placard, sure. I've been actively lesbianing for a decade now. I should just point out I'm 29, don't worry, this set isn't about to take a dark turn. Actively lesbianing for a decade. Although, to be honest, the word active is a bit strong. It's a bit like when you go to the dentist and they ask you how regularly you floss. But Oh yeah, every day. Sometimes twice a day. And what you really mean is, you gave it a go the night before the appointment, you promise yourself you do this more often, and then you don't get round to it for another 6 months to, say, hypothetically, 4 years. The first person I ever came out to was my dad. He raised me and my sister as a single parent. He's straight, but he's more effeminate than I am. So when I came out to him, he said, "Don't worry. So many people assume I'm gay. I've been hit on by loads of men." Do you really think now is the time to be bragging about that, Dad? Your primary school teacher hit on me once. This is not the way in which this moment is supposed to be scarring. I'm lucky though. I'm lucky I have a family who are very supportive of the fact I'm gay, but I still have to educate them sometimes because they're not perfect. For example, every time Sue Perkins comes on the TV, my dad goes, as if, as a lesbian, I must fancy every other lesbian, right? When she and Anna Richardson broke up recently, my dad said, "You've got a chance now." Sue Perkins is a rich, mega-talented, London-based celebrity, and I had a tomato ketchup sandwich for lunch. She's 53, I'm 29. That's a 20... She's 52 even, because I can do maths, because that's a 23-year age gap. The worst thing is, though, I didn't have to Google that. Because I would. Sue Perkins, I mean, if she asked, I love that woman. But I can't let my dad know that. Because the day a retired straight white man is right about an LGBTQ stereotype is the day that Nigel Farage will feel empowered to tear off his human flesh suit, to reveal his true lizard form and take over as president of the earth. And we can't be having that now, can we? But that's enough gay stuff, because I don't want to lose all the straight people in the room. Because woe betide you don't have enough relatable content. So I'm going to try and win you back now. Yo, straight people! How about that there, then, Ed Sheeran? He's a great singer, yeah? Yeah? His music definitely doesn't sound like a flock of birds slowly being gassed to death, right? No? Cool. Actually, you all look really young. Are any of you guys Gen Z? You don't know. Are any of you guys born after 1996? Shit, most of you. Fuck. Well, I've heard that you have quite short attention spans, so I guess I better mix it up a bit. Let's bring this bad boy in. I see what you're thinking. Dirty. Disgusting. Yeah, I see you, your dirty mind. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, you're thinking, no wonder Marge stayed with Homer. What's your name? Yeah.
Maybe Ollie.
Yeah. Ollie?
Ollie, yeah.
Yeah. Keeping my eye on you, Ollie. Hi, what's your name? Hi, Becky. Lovely name. What would you like me to make you? So I can make you a dog, or a wolf, or a fox, or a coyote, or a sausage dog, or a sausage dog. You don't have to look scared, don't worry. I know this is quite a scary look going on right now. I'll be right back. I'm going to see if this mic works. It doesn't work, does it? That's fine. I'm loud. Did any of you ever have a clown at your parties as a kid? Yeah, a few people. Yeah. So we had a children's entertainer in our local area, and he did all the kids' parties. And his name was, I kid you not, BJ the DJ. I mean, BJ the DJ? No thank you. Not unless he's really good. There you go, there's your sausage on. Please look after the form.
I'm going through an existential crisis at the moment. It's a bit weird going through an existential crisis when you're only 29. And now I realise most of you don't even know what 29 is like, so let me describe it to you. You know when you were a kid, right, and you're playing pretend with your friends, and you're just having fun, just playing pretend, you know. You've got your fake plastic food, you just shove it into one of these tiny little saucepans and you're stirring it around, and then you feed it to a doll that's your pretend baby, and you feed it this fake plastic food, and you're arguing with the boys because they're not pretending in the right way, but it's fine, you're all just having fun. Being 29 is like that. Except suddenly your friends, they're not pretending anymore. They're making proper, wholesome meals. They are having arguments with their actual boyfriends and husbands, and they're making real human babies. And when your parents come round and you offer them an empty hot dog bun on a tiny plastic plate, they don't make yummy noises anymore. They just ask if you're still on your meds.
Seriously, Ollie. This is so bad. You've got to get your mind out the gutter. So I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, right? You're thinking. It's a good job Princess Fiona decided to stay in ogre form, isn't it? Wouldn't fit if she'd gone back to being a human, would it, Ollie? Disgusting! This is a very drunk caterpillar. It's liverless!
It's difficult as a woman because there's a new thing, a new body part to be self-conscious of every year. By which I mean, you know, added to the self-consciousness, not a new body part, like we're not just sprouting limbs on an annual basis. But for example, at the moment, I am self-conscious about my earlobes. Apparently mine are too big. I didn't know it was possible for a useless flap of skin to be too big, but apparently mine are. So much so that my best friend calls them my Buddha lobes. Yeah, Ollie, yeah, that is a shock, isn't it? My best friend! So I went to get a second piercing in them recently, just try and distract from the hugeness. And I told the piercer this little anecdote just to try and break the tension. And she said, yes, your ears are ripe for stabbing. Tension not broken! Tension not broken!
Don't worry, it's the last one. It's alright, it's alright. Don't worry, on. I don't have a joke for this one. Pink dicks aren't funny, are they? So, you know, you're safe this time. Just kidding, Mr. Bloy, innit?
Bloy!
I'm 29-year-old. So now, I'm going to make a dickhead hat.
So I know what you're thinking. She makes a lot of dick jokes for a lesbian. Well, that's because vaginas aren't funny. Lovely, not funny. I remember doing sex ed at school, and we were told that we had to take it very seriously. We were not allowed to laugh, and I was a goody two-shoes. I followed the rules, and I was going to embrace this educational endeavour with all the solemnity it deserved. Yet I was the only one trying to stifle laughter every time a dick came on the screen. I remember there was one video where a man was just walking naked towards the camera, and his dick was going bouncy, 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 bouncy. And I was just looking around at my classmates like, why am I the only one who thinks this is the funniest thing I've ever seen? Well, now we know why. Someone needs to have this dickhead hat, otherwise it goes to waste and that's bad for the environment. So I would like to ask, would anyone like to nominate a friend that they are with today to receive the dickhead hat? Oh, straight away. Okay, what's your name? Will. What's the friend's name? Trevor. Okay, Trevor? Trevor. Why do you want to nominate Trevor?
Because he's a dickhead.
He's a dickhead? Yeah. Wow.
Great.
Wow, that is such a good essay. If you wrote an essay,
it would be very difficult.
That would get fucking F4. You want to nominate Will as well. Why would you want to nominate Will?
He's also a dickhead.
This is why I'm not into boys. Oh my god. Does anyone else have an actual answer? Oh, I knew it would be you guys.
Only one of you two.
Okay, you said what's your name? Josh. Why do you want to nominate? Who were you pointing at? Jasmine. Why do you want to nominate Jasmine? Very rude to you. Why?
Can't remember any names.
Mean names. Dessert. Dessert? Well, in that case, I think you deserve it. So yeah, there we go. Comedy and balloons. Do you think this is enough to get Sue Perkins to notice me?
Charlotte John, everyone. Charlotte John. We are now going to get wild, and we're going to do a third stand-up act. It's our final stand-up act of the night. He is magic. He is our Welsh wonder. It's the legendary Iestyn Jones, everyone. Iestyn Jones.
I was in the library last month, got a text off my mum. Text said, "Oh, Iestyn, can you give me a call when you get the chance?" So I texted back, "Yeah, I'm in the library at the moment, so I'll text you back at lunchtime." To which she responded, "Okay, just wanted to let you know that your nan's passed away this morning." Well, if that wasn't an incentive to get me on the horn, I was walking through the library. Who told you about the gravestone emoji? But no, my nan passed away last month. Her name was Iestyn Jones. She was 87 years old, and she was a fucking menace, let me tell you, because she was this wonderful combination of an old woman who lives in a care home, has crippling dementia, but also had the physical endurance of Usain Bolt. She was a liability kebab, is how we called her. Because in the care home she used to live in, the nurses had to put a mat right outside her bedroom door. So when she'd stand on it, it would set off an alarm in the other room, because you'd wake up like 3, 4 in the morning, just go walkabout, just go MIA around the place. And they thought, okay, we've got the alarm there, we can intercept her. But the problem was, she was so quick, she was like a whippet, she'd stand on it, alarm would set off, and by the time nurses got there, she was gone. She said, "Oh, fucking, where's she gone?" Like it disappeared off the map. They once lost her for half an hour. An 80-year-old woman for half an hour in a building without any stairs. If that's not a damning indictment, I don't know what it is. But they did find her, which was lucky, but they didn't find her in time, because she was in another bedroom right? Sat at the bedside, feeding this bed-bound woman a packet of midget gems. You know what? I wouldn't wish dementia on anyone, but that woman, God, because you couldn't bounce back from it if you'd remember that, you know? You're just in bed, like stuck, and all you see at like middle of the night is your door opening, and you just see the silhouette in the door of an 80-year-old woman doddering towards you like some sleep paralysis demon, and you can do nothing but just stare as she feeds you midget gem by midget gem. You'd never recover. And it was a bloody disgrace as well, because this bed-bound woman actually vomited. She vomited all this midget gem juice across the bed. It was like she'd fallen into a puddle at a petrol station. It was just all this multicoloured shit on it. It was a bloody disgrace. But my nan also had dementia. Either that or she was taking the piss. Because my dad and I would go visit her, my dad being her son, and we would sit there in front of her and she would, look to me, then look to a 57-year-old man, and with complete sincerity go, "So are you two brothers?" If the carol singers came to visit at Christmas, she was there, front row, sat ready. The nurses would come up to her, I've told her something, the nurses would come up to her, just like, "Would you like the words, Eleanor?" And she'd be like, "No, thank you." Oh, because she knew every hymn, every carol, every psalm to the comma, right? It was unbelievable. She forgot who the family was, but she took "O come, O ye faithful" to the grave. It was unbelievable. We went to the funeral was nice. Vicar roasted me because I was wearing brown shoes with black trousers. Fuck off. You know what I mean? Look, I'm stood here, my nan is in the back of a hearse, like a coffee table from Oak Furniture Land, and you're roasting me about my fucking shoes. You're in a tabard. You know, it's not even black, have a bit of respect. But apart from the vicar thing, it was a nice funeral on the whole, nothing too interesting. Same thing with the wake. Wake wasn't too interesting. The most memorable thing that happened in the wake was that my nan asked me if I wanted some tea. Doesn't sound very interesting, but she asked me 30 times in an hour, so it was the only thing that I remember. Because, and I don't want to brag here, right, but I have hit the Alzheimer's jackpot. Because my grandma on the other side of the family, on my mum's side of the family, also has dementia, right? But the difference between my grandma and my nan is that my grandma is still alive. She is still alive, but she lives at home with my granddad and his dwindling patients. And it's quite a different scenario, because when you're living in a home like my nan did, there was nurses there was kind of a quality control. She wasn't going to go anywhere. My grandma lives at home with a 90-year-old man who has given up. So it's a bloody state in there. It's an absolute carnage. She's like a Rottweiler in a nursery. It's a bloody mess. Because, if she wakes up one day and thinks, "Do you know what, I'm going to sleep with the food bin at my bedside table this evening," it's happening. She's sleeping with it right there. If my granddad comes back from the shops and she sees some salmon and thinks, "Yeah, that needs storing in the wardrobe," it's going in the wardrobe. If my nan thinks, "I want to defrost my Hovis 50/50 by lining every single windowsill in the house with frozen slices of bread," it is happening. And all of these have happened, by the way. I remember walking into the house, and the whole house was ring-fenced by slices of frozen bread defrosting on the windowsill. And there were a load of ducks on the other side of the glass, like pining for it, like James Corden at a bakery display window, "Let me in, please." But the big takeaway from this whole grandma scenario is the fact that I've come to the conclusion that genetically I'm fucked. I've got dementia on both sides of the family. I am going to get it. And as a result, I need to ask a favour from everyone in here. If anyone else makes it to the year 2070 and you're walking around and you spot me, do me a favour, put me down, okay? Right? Just take me down the shed like Old Yeller, throw me under a bus, tie my foot to a tow bar, just go 70 miles per hour down the M6. Just do something. Do anything. Just don't let me carry on. Because if you do, word of warning and a piece of advice, lock your doors. Because if you don't, I'll be there, walking into your bedroom in the middle of the night, armed and ready, with a pack of midget gems. Thank you very much.
Iestyn Jones. We have now come to our final act of the night. Thank you. It's an improv game. It's called Foursquare. For this game, we will need the lovely Fred, Iestyn, Jon, and Joe, please. Round of applause. Here is how the game works. The two people standing at the front are in the scene. The two people behind them are not in the scene. They will each have their own genre. Actually, we'll assign the genres now. So can we please have a genre for Jon, please? Just any genre, movie genre, book genre, anything. Shout out, suggestions.
Martial arts.
Martial arts film, okay.
Rom-com.
Rom-com, okay.
Infomercial.
Infomercial. We'll go infomercial, okay? And then during the game, I can say rotate to get someone new involved in the game, right? So can we have a genre for Joe, please?
Western.
Western? Western. Yeah, I knew you'd like that one. Rotate again, please. Can we get a genre for Iestyn, please?
Space.
Space. Like a sci-fi space, okay. Any other suggestions? No, so it's space, Iestyn, okay. Rotate again, please. Genre for Fred. Murder mystery, that's a fun one. I do like that one. Any other suggestions? Adventure. Okay, were you going to say something? Government announcement. Government announcement. You, sir. I like you. Government announcement. Government announcement. Okay, and rotate again, please. So back to our original thing. So the person standing on the far right of me, which is Jon at the moment, whoever's standing there controls the genre of the scene. So if the scene was to happen right now, it would be a infomercial. The person standing over here, which right now is Fred, plays a character in that infomercial scene. The thing to keep in mind is every time Fred stands here, he will continue to play that character in that first scene he was in, that first infomercial scene, every single time he stood here. So to demonstrate that, you've seen me rotate, but I can also switch. So if I say Jon and Iestyn, switch, the scene is now a space film, but Fred is still playing his character from the infomercial, okay? If that doesn't make sense, sounds like you problem. Okay, I tried. Before we get started, let's run through the genres again. Iestyn, what's your genre?
I'm space.
Fred?
Government announcement.
Jon?
Infomercial.
Joe?
Western.
Switch back, please, I forgot. This is Foursquare. Take it away,
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we are here with Colgate Pro Defense 5, the toothpaste that 9 out of 10 doctors love. But here we have the 10th. Here he is. Now, why do you hate it, sir?
Killed my father.
Oh, that it
He
did.
just ate all of it and he didn't stop. He was so fresh but dead.
Oh, yes. So, well, 9 out of 10...
Just pretend you care, Stephen!
Rotate.
I done told you get out of this town, boy, but I still find you standing there. What you got to say for yourself?
I've got to say that this is my town as much as yours.
Look, I know you're the sheriff and everything, but just give me a go, alright? Please?
Sorry, buddy. Only the sheriff can terrorize this town.
If that ain't a damning indictment, I don't know what is. Well, I got one thing to say to you, sir. Can I have some bullets, please?
Fuck no.
Rotate.
Alright, this is ground control. Oh, coming in. Ground control. I want it to be up there. Right, well, we can launch you up there if you'd like. We're yet to launch the rocket, and we have a spare chair.
A spare chair?
Yeah,
what
I know.
Jon?
Well, basically, Jon just didn't book his seat on train line, and now he's stuck in traffic, so you've got a space on the...
There's a space on the space shuttle.
Yeah, right. Can I go? I'm at training, but...
There you are.
Right. There you are. Go in here. Right, okay. Where's the seat belt? Don't worry about that.
Rotate.
This is a government announcement. There's massive drought. Severe drought. And the only way we've thought of thinking this through is we're introducing the one-child policy.
Yes.
And the way that works is we need one of your children, and we're going to pulp them. And then we're going to drink them, and everything's going to be fine. So the one you hate the most, donate them. Here's a scientist.
Yes, so what we've accumulated with our data is the fact that your children are juicy as fuck. So what we are going to do, the plumper the child, the better. And what we are going to plan is that we will be taking your children, one child, the plumper's child.
Yes. The girthier,
the
birthier.
Yes.
That's what I say.
Precisely.
Well, it may have killed your family.
Father! Just the father. The other are fine. They're dicks, but they're fine.
Well, do you want to try some?
Yeah, alright.
There you go.
What's the worst that can happen?
That's the spirit. How is it?
Iestyn Jones, switch.
Oh.
Oh shit.
I'm a doctor. I can help.
Can you help? So this is Joe here. As you can see, he fell to earth.
Okay.
He is nothing but a pulp of rock.
So I'll be honest.
He used to be like that big, and he's that now. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let me.
It was going really well.
I can say them.
Okay.
I can say them.
Cool.
No, I can't.
Rotate.
Oh, have you got any bullets?
I haven't got any bullets, but I have got a stockpile of fat children in a cage over there. If there's a drought situation, I'm ready to pulp them.
Can I rescue them, please? I've always wanted to be a Western type hero, just like my daddy might have been.
Here's the thing, right? You look around you, right? There's an ox skull there, there's a dead bush there, there is arid wasteland everywhere around you. You need drink. You need moisture. Moisture comes through these children. These children haven't pissed in 4 days. They are really juicy.
You scoundrel! I would shoot you if I could!
Well, you are welcome to do that.
Rotate.
Oh! Christ! Yeah, that hurt.
Oh.
He said not to worry about the seatbelt.
Well, you're just, you may have a broken spine, but maybe you'd like some toothpaste. Come on! Eat it! Eat it!
Whoa, hang on, wait a minute. That Colgate fixed my spine.
It sure did.
I have never felt stronger.
And your spine has never been wider. Colgate.
Good to know.
Rotate.
That's why we've got a new slogan. It says, "We need to feed us. Give us your fetus." We've got an expert.
Yeah. Feed the fetus, I guess.
Wait, you have a gun.
Yeah.
He's gonna round up your kids. Give us your children. We need them to live. He will shoot you. You'll shoot them, right?
I guess so.
He'll shoot you. This is a curfew warning. If you don't give us your kids, you're gonna die.
Well,
got a bit weird. All right.
That's okay. I like shooting people. I'm a sheriff.
You're a sheriff?
Sure am.
So you can round them up?
I can.
Yes. So you can go boom boom if they don't give us their womb.
Damn right I can.
Iestyn and Fred switch.
Oh.
Hi. You look dashing. Can you do anything about this rock of a man that we have here?
I can shoot him.
Give it a go. Yep, now it's not my fault. You shot him, he died because of you. The bullets are proof in the pudding. I'm going to call the police now. That's a good idea.
I'm the police.
Pick up your phone then, because it's ringing.
Hello.
Rotate.
How many have you got? How many have you collected? There are people choking to death out there.
We've got 4.5.
You've got half a child.
It was a dodgy birth.
Joe and Iestyn switch.
I feel fucking incredible.
How old are you?
I don't know, I could be... I feel like a new man. I really do, I feel like I've been reborn.
How new? Reborn?
Yeah?
This is what we're going to do. Right, so firstly,
And scene! That brings us to the end of the show. Thank you so much everyone for coming. We really hope you had a good time. I hope you don't mind, but I do want to give a special thank you to Joe, Tristan, Fred and Charlotte, because this is our final gig of the year and they are all graduating, they are all leaving, and they've contributed a lot to the society and they've consistently been amazing performers at gigs. So can we just give them a quick round of applause? No, they're big players in the game, they're going to be missed. This is our final gig of the year, but it's not our final show of the year. Saturday, 25th, 7 p.m? 7:30 p.m. We have a sketch show called The Life and Laughs of Arthur Speckles. It's going to be a great show. There are amazing performers in it, amazing actors. So many good, yeah, it's amazing. So it'll be great to see you all there. It's £4 entry, it's in Fouled Common Room. So yeah, it'll be great to see you all there. Follow us on social media, Instagram, Facebook, keep up to date with what we do. YouTube, if you miss us over the summer, we have our gigs there, our sketch shows, clips, everything, so enjoy that. If you want to join the society next year, go for it, don't hesitate, I encourage you. If you're interested, just do it, okay? That's enough for me. Thank you so much for coming again, hope you had a good time. Get home safe, take care, and we'll see you around. Thank you.